Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. It's Shirley with Spirit of Matter, and we're continuing on in the intense exorcism. Intense exorcism synastry, intense exorcism of any effect that any malefic energy has on you. Okay? Any sexual assault, there's a lot of sexual assaults going on, okay? Lots of sexual assault, especially those are by far. So we listen to this energy, not only we are taking away all of these things, okay? We're sending them back to sender, and if more humane than death, as we said before. But we are exposing, we're setting light to all of these energies that did that, all of the people involved, known and unknown, for all of that to be exposed, to be in the light. So no one can send to you malefic energy and be hidden. So these people they try to make you undermine yourself. They undermine themselves. And that is exposed in the light. Mars is about to ingress into Leo. And so with Leo, this is the question, which show are you making? Are you making show of humiliate those who are already helpless, those who are already not even threat to you, just try to live their life? Or are you making it justice must be done and seen? So we send back energy to all of these people, whether they send through visions, whether they send through sensation, whether they sent through energy, whether they paid somebody to do this, whether they purchased. And sometimes, if you're making talismans, I like work of Christopher Warnock, I like work of Heloise, of Sphere and Sandry, okay, Crassiatasio. Yeah, so these people, they make talismans, and sometimes a person may want to purchase and may use it malefically, okay, may use it not to defend themselves and to grow something good, but the other way around. So for all of these people, and protecting all of these companies and all of these creators from such malefic abuse of the work, okay? And so to put it all in the light, that all the people that send such energies think is human sacrifice is okay. They think that the sexual assault is somehow okay. They think that if they do it in hidden way, that is not going to be exposed. It will be exposed above and below. And we put that into the light, okay? You can listen to this how many times you need that. And so these people that do that, or beings that do that, they depleted themselves from energy, and instead we receive blessings, we receive joy, we receive growth, we receive the clear path. And so this is for our sovereignty, for our autonomy. You can listen to that and regain a contact with your sovereignty, with your autonomy, regain the energy of complete exorcism of all of those things. And the more they try, the more we grow and receive blessings, and the more sensual we grow, and the more comfortable in our sensuality, in our bodies, in our freedom of movement, in our sexual energy retrieved to us. And all people that try to use for sexual energy, or to harvest on a sexual energy, or to interfere with a sexual energy that, malefically, and for all of these people to be exposed, known and unknown, whether they are humans or not humans, all these people that try to take energy and use it in a way that is not benefic to us, then all these people are completely exposed, and all endeavors that they do completely halt. They cannot do anything when they do this. So no attack over our life energy, our sexuality. Those who try to shame us or to mind control. And if you were suffering from mind control, this video also, with this message, this energy message, for your truth to be heard, for your well-being to be respected, okay? So no one has right to frame you in any way. If you are hurt, if you are suffering from this, no one has right to frame you in any way, not as traitor, not as a liar, not as psychotic, not as anything like that. All the people that comply with that all suffering consequences until they stopped complying with that. And this is a powerful power of the talismans, of the intergenerational talismans, of the birthing talismans, of astrological magic, of herbs, of the powerful force. Again, I'm using garlic here, and the powerful forces used correctly, okay? The powerful forces used to protect our sovereignty and protect our ability to just be and do ourselves, and to be comfortable with our sensuality, with our life energy, to be joyous, and for that to be shielded, whether you post social media, or you post to your face online, or you post to your voice online. So all of those who try to take of this and use it malefically, or use it to try to harm you, you listen to this video again and again and again and again, and you set intention for yourself as well, okay? For none of that to be possible, and for all of that, these people would be exposing of themselves. People who use a surveillance, okay, use surveillance or media to take shots of you, or maybe naked, maybe so and maybe so, okay, for all of them to be exposed, and all of their machinery to go down, to completely go kaput, okay? Mercury is about to go retrograde in Sagittarius at the end of this month. So with the hard aspect to Saturn, okay, we're going to have this abruptness of all such malefic activities and exposure for anybody that was doing that. And you know, we are, sometimes it is surprising, sometimes it's where you didn't think it can come from. And anybody that thinks that rape is somehow okay, raping boys, okay, raping women, children, and if they do it in energy, it's not seen, it's not felt. Not only is it stopped, abrupted, and returned to sender, but anybody doing that, the more they do it, the more they expose themselves, the more they deplete their own energy, the more they deplete their blood, the more they deplete their penises, the more they deplete everything that they do in the spirit and in matter, until even if they die, it's okay, because in death they cross over and they can have rebirth, okay? They can have a love buffer that maybe they were not accessible in this time, and we can also set intention for this love buffer to be accessible both to us and to anyone that wants to alchemize, that wants to recover, that genuinely wants to stop doing these things, and to set intention for to be redeemed, so not to exclude anybody from possibility of redemption. Yes, it's not the point here to be malefic in this way, but definitely the point that we have every right to defend ourselves, including if the person who hurt us is dead, and known and unknown, okay, or the being or the alien or whatnot. And this is powerful exorcism, okay? And this has so much power that even when you have strikes from cult leaders or from covenants or from all things, all these structures that they're afraid of falling apart, nothing going to fall apart. The only thing going to fall apart is satanic ritual abuse. All the rest can stay. But satanic ritual abuse, for sexual harassment, for programming people, for using them malefically, for violating for the energy, for the sovereignty, okay, for abusive types of dynamics, only that we take away. But everything that is benefic, we keep it. It's not only will it stay standing, but the rejuvenation of its roots will happen, and it will be even stronger without these practices, whether it's our astrology, our magic, our workshops, our healing, okay, our structures, okay, our architecture, and our lives, our relations. And so this is a powerful exorcism that is life affirming. Think about death and rebirth, and how in the death of the wrong habits, of the bad habits, of the malefic sexuality, okay, of the people that think that they can rape someone and then call them succubus, okay, that those people, they have, if they are so attached to these practices, the practices are leaving, they are being vanishing from face of the earth. But if person is so attached to this practice that only in death do they separate, then death will come, and this is okay. And like I said, you can comment You can affirm for whichever religion you come from, whichever denomination, or even if you're atheistic, and the power of setting the nervous system, protecting your energy in whichever way you see it. You can make affirming statements in the comments, and I will not delete your comments if you say that to offenders, or that to this, or that to that, when it's people that hurting you and sexually harassing you or raping you through far away or not through far away, okay? For all of these things to be stopped, and if needed be, even to hunt down, okay, with the power of better percent Uranus, to hunt down for those who do that and to make them stop by any means necessary. This is the power of better percent. You can reaffirm this as much as you need, okay? And so for when you yourself do the exorcism, you can record yourself doing the exorcism and post it online, so we have more power of this exorcism, okay, a movement of this exorcism, whether it's videos or creations or talismans or whatever you do, that this is more powerful than any of the things that they've been trying to use the Tima Mundi for, the Beta Per Se Uranus for, Algol for, whether in terms of currency, whether in terms of anything. And you know, we as society must grow, okay? Like I said, if the shelter of the COVID was open and because of COVID, and before that there was no shelter, then COVID will happen. So we are really from the root of whatever caused this, we are tending to that and creating structures that are containing life, and everything that is rapey, everything that is assaulting, everything that it is dissipating depletes itself so much so that it has no place on the face of the earth. And if the person is attached to this habit, then the person dies with it. But if person is released from that, or whether redeemed from that, or receives a love buffer or whatnot, then they are accepted and they have full support. So all the energy, even if they send malefic energy in the past, this energy will all be alchemized and returned to them as supportive of their recovery energy. Okay? So that is, and you can imagine yourself growing roots and rooting deep into the core of the earth and sending this energy and this exorcism to the children, to the people that are going through satanic ritual abuse, to the people that kidnapped, to the people not found yet, for all these people to be receiving of this safety and protection, to create this sovereign space within themselves in spirit and in matter. So we all created, and then fall apart all the structures that do that. For entire humanity. Since my last video, one positive omen that I have seen was a young woman in Iran, and she was walking with her bra and panties, and she was walking in the street, just walking in the street to express her dismay from the regime. So you see how the honoring what was missing in previous videos, not just banning sexual assaults, but the honoring of our sexuality, of our sensuality, of our ability to walk in bra or in pants or even without, and still be honored in spirit and in matter. No one has right, no one has justification, man, woman, child, to spirit, to gender, hermaphrodite, not hermaphrodite, and no one has any justification to assault, to hurt, to perpetuate the torture, and but that cycles are over. And so this is reminder, okay, of whether you face religion, whether you face satanic ritual abuse, whether you face your regime, okay, reminder for you, if this reaches you, whether in energy or in active listening to this, you can listen to that and listen to the energy of this exorcism. And you see, the more incessant the energies are to try to assault you, the deeper the liberation actually happens from these patterns. And actually it goes deeper into the soil, deeper into the ground, deeper into all people who deal with that. And all those who did that to you, who do that to you, are exposed. They have nowhere to go. Mars is going into Leo. They will be seen. And the actions, they will be seen. And if they think to humiliate you, to shame you, to frame you, we all backfire. This all backfires. Even these thoughts backfire. And there's no force that they can consume, no matter how much ritual they do, no matter what they pray to, no matter what is, no force that can be forceful and strong enough to overpower your well-being, your connection, your own divinity or divine right to just be, okay, man or woman. and for your right to express, okay, for your divine rage, if you need to purge, if you need to rage out, okay. I'm not talking about being violent towards people who are not violent to you, okay, but defend yourself in spirit and in matter, for all that to be, for your forces to be accessible to you. And no person can infiltrate your energy, no alien force, no person can infiltrate your energy. And again, this channel is not going to be lovey-dovey fluffy, and it's not going to block you, it's not going to call you low energy when you say death to all sex offenders in spirit and in matter, okay. Anybody that does that enters their own death, okay. And this is not a malefic, okay. For some of these people, this is releasing them from suffering, because hurt people, and of course for to bless whatever, if person is hurting because they have no access to whether it's love or structure or whatnot, so the access to be facilitated to them, and for these habits or whatever causes this to be alchemized, so that they don't turn to destruct themselves like this anymore. So you can, again, this is, I will keep it relatively short, and you can watch this anytime from anywhere. You can download, if you can download this, if you want to ask me to send it to you by mail or something, if you know how to send this, it's okay. I can. Remember, it's highly protected, so anybody that tries to manipulate that, or manipulate the truth, or all of these things, you know, it all backfires so malefically that their ears will be falling off. And so this is, I'm going to keep it at that, and it's available for you at all times. You can make for your own videos of exorcism when you do that, and to support yourself, to support humanity, and send this buffer, okay, for all of those to see that the power is falling, they're being exposed, the veil has been lifted, and what they thought was going to happen with this magic, especially the snake goddess, they thought they're going to sacrifice children to the snake goddess and then make it like it's the women's fault. No. Even if there were women that were doing that, they would be exposed. And snake goddess, okay, does not need the blood of children. What you can grow hibiscus, what it needs is actually to stop this type of behavior in humanity altogether. So thank you for watching.